The thing you just built for yourself is a graveyard with no return.
I warned Dalong his villa was a graveyard, but his arrogance blinded him. He stole my family's land. He took our site while the chief looked away. He was just digging his own grave.
Listen, Zhou Yang, our village is being renovated, and we need to look at the big picture. We have to do what's best for everyone. Dalong has a large family, and his 4-story villa on this high ground will represent our village well. Just take a step back and compromise.
The village chief, Zhang Fugui, was right there by his side, preaching about the big picture while pushing me toward a swamp filled with old mud and biogas. They called it a fair trade, but everyone knew it was a death sentence for my future home. Compromise? He wanted me to move my entire life into a literal mud pond, expecting me to just roll over and take it. They expected me to beg, but I saw a chance in that swamp to outlast their arrogance. I'll play along for now.
Since Wang Dalong trusts his ancestors, and village chief wants the big picture, I'll follow the arrangement.
I signed the swap with a geological waiver. When his villa sinks, he won't have a legal leg to stand on.
If you want the land, then sign it. Once signed, this solid ground is yours.
I watched him sign it with a smug grin, completely unaware that he was signing the death warrant for his precious investment. His palace is just a tomb.
The thing you just built for yourself is a graveyard with no return.
The site foreman was terrified when he saw the 6 meters of soft silt beneath my new plot. He told me the soil had 0 bearing capacity and that any normal house would sink within months. He didn't realize I wasn't planning on building anything normal.
For absolute stability, we must use pile foundations, transferring the building's weight directly down to the rock layer below 7 meters.
I told him to forget the cost. We weren't just building a house, we were anchoring a fortress into the bedrock. I brought in heavy machinery to lock my home into the bedrock, while the villagers watched in confusion.
I need a 240-ton fully hydraulic static pile driver. In addition, prepare 12 high-strength concrete pipe piles, each 400 millimeters thick and 95 millimeters deep, at a length of 9 meters. Load them and move in immediately.
The neighbors mocked me for burying my savings in the mud. They couldn't see the logic behind my madness.
What a waste. He's throwing his money into this muddy pit, and he won't get anything out of it.
Dalong mocked my invisible pillars, but I pitied him. Arrogance is no substitute for mechanics.
Wang Dalong, you don't understand structural mechanics. So I don't blame you. These are deep-seated end-bearing piles.
My house won't sink a millimeter. He just laughed, blinded by his own prestige. A storm is coming. Dalong is still bragging, unaware the ground is softening beneath him.
Zhou Yang. Impressive, isn't it? Do you see my land over there? Now that is how you build a house. That is true prestige. Now look at your mud pit. You haven't even dug the foundation. Are you planning to sleep right in the mud?
Dalong is still laughing, but he has no idea the ground is already shifting under his feet. He is too busy mocking my mud pit to notice his own walls are about to scream. He can joke all he wants. Structural logic doesn't care about his pride, and his villa is nothing more than a disaster waiting to happen.
Boss Joe, this base plate thickness is way too much. It's just a single-story house. Yet you're using 50 millimeters of thickness, and the inside is filled with oversized rebar. Are you planning to build a bank vault down here? Or an air raid shelter?
I'm building for an apocalypse. My workers only see the cost, not the coming flood. When life is on the line, there's no such thing as over-engineering. I watched the heavy mixers roll in, pouring the foundation with absolute precision. Every corner had to be perfect, with no room for shortcuts or village politics.
For fully loaded heavy concrete mixers, enter the site now. The grade must be C30, with high-efficiency water repellent, and absolutely no adding water mid-process.
Beauty won't stop gravity. The chief mocks my concrete box. He'll regret that soon.
Dalong, this house is so grand. It's definitely the pride of our village. Unlike some people who are only fit to live in a concrete box for a lifetime without even enough for a coat of paint.
Let them talk. Nature is about to collect its debt from these fools.
Nature is about to settle the score on all the lawless arrogance.
The water is rising. Dalong is joking, unaware my house is a fortress.
Zhou Yang, now you've done it. That shack of yours is about to become a swamp for turtles. Maybe Big Brother Dalong will show some mercy and toss you a couple of tires to use as lifebuoys?
He thinks he is being merciful, but his own house is sitting on a sponge. My raft foundation is dense, waterproof, and heavy enough to stay anchored. My foundation is so compacted that not a single drop of groundwater can seep through. I am safe in my fortress while the world outside turns into a swamp.
No matter how high the pressure is outside, the groundwater can't seep upward even 1 single millimeter.
My house is a sealed fortress, but Dalong's pride is full of holes. As the water level rises, will anyone hear him when the first pillar finally snaps?
Your shoes are dirty. Those are buried deep underground, substandard strip foundations. With the stress uneven at both ends, under several thousand tons of shearing force, the structure is wailing as it cracks. The concrete is being torn apart, and the internal steel bars, as thin as noodles, yield in an instant and snap completely.
Gravity speaks now. The collapse begins.
The window. Break the window.
Smashing glass won't save a building that has no legs to stand on. He is fighting a war against the earth itself with a hammer, and he is losing every single second. Dalong is desperately trying to patch a sinking ship with greed.
Bricklayers. Call in the bricklayers for me. Go to the hardware store in town, break down their shutters, buy some sealant and quick-dry cement. Hurry, go.
He's using sealant on a liquefying foundation. Every brick hastens the collapse. The cracks are too wide to hide. The villagers see the truth, but Dalong still lies.
How did such a huge crack get in this wall? Oh, Dalong, how did this crack get so big? Is the foundation sinking?
Calling it expansion is a creative lie. The chief backs him up while walls crumble. Zhang Fugui is still playing the role of the protective leader, but his words are as hollow as Dalong's foundation. He tells everyone to go home and prepare for the flood, but he is the one who should be running for cover.
This is a typical physical phenomenon. It's expansion and contraction. The current exterior paint is subpar. Temperature changes cause it to crack. At my meeting in town yesterday, I saw those buildings' walls cracking too. It's perfectly normal. Don't overreact. Dismissed. Everyone leave. Go home and prepare for the flood.
He calls it a physical phenomenon. He is right about one thing. It is the physics of failure, meeting the physics of corruption. The flood is coming, and it will wash away more than just the mud. I stick to the data. My laser only tracks the reality of the building's descent.
The laser fires, sending data instantly back to the LCD screen. I look down at the display where the system automatically compares it to the building's initial coordinate data. Z-axis displacement, negative 24.3 millimeters, 2.4 centimeters. And in only one night, the western foundation of the building has shifted downward and sunk by 2.4 centimeters. This isn't just common paint cracking from heat and cold. It's a fatal sign of structural plastic deformation. The rain is still falling, with no signs of letting up. On day 4, Wang Dalong took the lead. And yesterday, the fast-setting cement that was forced onto the outer walls was crushed by the massive structural shear force. It didn't even last 12 hours.
The numbers scream catastrophe. In one night, the foundation plunged 24 millimeters.
Big brother, all that cement you spread yesterday has completely fallen off. It couldn't hold the weight.
Cement peels off as Dalong fights the mountain with rags and bedsheets. 3 degrees is the angle of a grave. The building is leaning into its funeral.
The entire center of gravity of the building has shifted severely to the west. Based on the exterior structure, the entire 4.5-story building has reached a tilt of 3 degrees toward the west.
Inside, furniture slides and doors open. Physics has evicted him. His palace is moving.
The water. What's with this glass? The table is clearly flat, but it's spilling out on its own? Who's opening the door? How did it open by itself? The lamp. It's crooked. No, the ceiling is tilted. This building is moving. This building is actually moving. Quickly, move faster. Carry all those wooden logs from the backyard over here. Hurry up.
He's propping up tons of concrete with wooden logs. It's a comedy of desperation.
The lamp. It's crooked. No, the ceiling is tilted. This building is moving. This building is actually moving. Quickly, move faster. Carry all those wooden logs from the backyard over here. Hurry up.
He thinks he can hold back the earth with a hammer and mud.
Stop talking. It won't collapse if we hold it. Jam the base into the mud. Find the pressure point. Hurry. Hold it steady. Yes, like that. Bring more pillars. Hold it tight for me. Get a sledgehammer. Hurry, bring it here. Hammer those base beams into place. Wedge them tight. Don't let it budge 1 millimeter.
At noon, his panoramic glass will shatter. The frame is twisting, but he's too blind to see.
Exactly 12 noon. It will collapse right on schedule. The first thing to give way won't be the foundation at the bottom, but this massive panoramic tempered glass curtain wall. The tilt angle intensifies. The frame of the entire building is undergoing extremely severe plastic twisting.
The glass screams and the floor explodes. The building is now a trap.
Run, hurry, the glass is collapsing. Explosions, the second floor exploded, the wall is coming down, run, help, don't stay here, this building is alive. It's going to swallow us.
Supports are snapping.
Everyone back off. The pillar's breaking. Move back.
Dalong worries about furniture while his house turns to rubble. His priorities are hollow.
Sir, I still have over $100,000 worth of mahogany furniture in there. Please, help me support this pillar.
The chief still lies, blaming the rain while the ground disappears beneath them.
Leader, thanks for your hard work. Coming out in this heavy rain personally makes you a role model for our town. This rare thunderstorm is to blame. The ground got soaked and sank slightly. Our village collective has organized repairs and will head to town this afternoon to buy high-strength steel cables.
Experts see the catastrophe. You can't hold back tons of concrete with excuses.
With steel ropes? Do you think you're setting up a tent? This is 1,000 tons of reinforced concrete, and the sensor data is off the charts due to a catastrophic failure of the shallow foundations. This building's physical center of gravity has shifted completely beyond its safety margin. Look closely. The rebar has suffered. irreversible deformation, and the core concrete is being crushed by the shear force. The structure is finished. Even a miracle couldn't save it now.
The structure is finished.
Total station coordinate lock active. This building's vertical settlement on the z-axis exceeds 180 millimeters, and the overall tilt has reached 5.2 degrees. The shear failure coefficient of the load-bearing columns is 400% beyond the safety limit, and it's on the brink of a total collapse.
Hysterical Dalong is dragged away. He's losing everything. The nightmare has begun.
Evaluate the damage and classify it. For the building on BINGE Village, residential plot 07, the ruling is total loss and structural destruction.
The site is sealed. Dalong lost his palace, but the real storm is just starting.
To prevent power leaks from a collapse, please immediately remotely cut off the physical power supply. Do it now.
Grade D, a tomb. Life support pulled.
Listen up, everyone. Per the Disaster Prevention Act and Structural Safety Assessment, this building could suffer a fatal and total collapse at any time. Mandatory evacuation is now in effect. Within 5 minutes, inside the building and its 30-meter perimeter, no living thing is permitted.
Mandatory evacuation. He built his own cliff. The mob has arrived. They aren't asking, they're demanding. They think a door is just a piece of wood. But for me, it's the boundary of my survival. I can hear them pounding, their fear turning into a collective rage.
Zhou Yang, open up.
Dalong is banging on my door, but he can't break the laws of physics.
Zhou Yang, are you deaf?
The guilt trip begins.
The water is about to rise above my neck. Your bungalow is on high ground and isn't flooded yet. Open the door now and let my stuff in out of the rain. Do you hear me? Open up.
Family, neighbors, tradition, they're throwing every word at me, except responsibility. They want me to risk my life to save their furniture and their mistakes. My house is a precision instrument, not a shelter. I won't accept the excess load.
Based on architectural load codes, the mat foundation of my bungalow, its dead load and live load limits, at the moment the blueprints were finalized, were permanently locked. The 6 of you adults, plus the safe, cases of liquor and other supplies, by a conservative estimate, mean the added weight has exceeded 1.2 tons. If I let you force your way into my space, it would mean my foundation would have an added 1.2 tons of high-density uniform load.
He thinks reality is negotiable. It isn't. Now he's accusing me of being heartless. He's trying to frame my survival as a crime. But I have something better than his insults. I have the contract he signed when he thought he was outsmarting me.
The contract is clear in black and white. Clause 2 states clearly, after the land swap, all geological disaster risks are solely assumed by Wang Dalong. They have no connection to Zhou Yang physically or economically.
It's not God coming for them, it's the rebar snapping.
Latest mapping data shows the tilt of the Wang Dalong building has exceeded 5.4 degrees. The rebar within the load-bearing pillars is suffering from extremely severe tensile stretching. In 2 hours at most, that building will collapse under its own weight.
I've had enough of the banging and the threats. If the laws of engineering won't keep them back, maybe the laws of electricity will. I'm done being the victim of their ignorance.
It's a massive and total physical collapse. Where you're standing now is part of my private defense zone. If you try to break down my door again, I will immediately activate the high-voltage defense system. Laws of physics have no mercy. Now, take your worthless gear and get back into the mud.
I watch them scramble back into the flood. The high voltage warning is the only thing Dalong actually respects, something that can hurt him faster than a falling house. Dalong is still delusional. He thinks the rain stopping means he's won. He's trying to bribe the villagers to pump out the water, but the soil is already liquefied. He's asking them to walk into a grave for $20,000.
Fatal? Rubbish. Now that the rain has let up, if we pump the water out of the foundation pit, the ground will harden up again and the building will be saved. Whoever gets those pumps for me, I'll give them $20,000 in cash. The crank. Engage.
Dalong still thinks he can bribe his way out of a geological disaster. But money doesn't harden liquefied soil. He's cranking that mechanical starter like it's a magic wand, desperately trying to force the earth to obey him. He doesn't realize that the laws of physics aren't for sale.
I need to get some money and go to town to rent a place and buy food.
The machine sputtered out, just like his ego. Now that his palace is officially a sinking tomb, he's suddenly looking for a back door. He's planning to flee to town, hoping to trade his ruins for a fresh start with whatever cash he can scrape together. Dalong wants $10,000 for waterlogged furniture. He's desperate.
Zhou Yang, this sofa I bought from Red Star McAllen. It's genuine Siam rosewood. Though it's soaked in water, the high-quality wood remains. I'm being fair here. It originally cost $88,000. Give me $10,000 in cash, and you can take it.
$10,000 for a sponge. This thing is worthless. The moisture content means it's compromised beyond repair. I explain the chemistry to him like he's a child. Acidic coal water doesn't respect luxury labels. That rosewood is currently a science experiment, dissolving into a pulp that's only fit for the landfill.
The wood dissolved in acid, cold water, so it's no longer furniture.
I give him the cold truth. In 24 hours, this won't be a sofa, it'll be a biohazard covered in mushrooms. $12 is more than the scrap value, but it's the only lifeline he has left to buy a few buns. $12 for a dream. That's the market rate for arrogance in this village today. We're moving into the final phase to clear the path and stabilize the site.
Start unloading. Lock the tracks. Set up hydraulic interface.
We're removing a hazardous anomaly. Dalong is screaming, but you can't sue gravity.
Oh, stop it. My house, my money.
Gravity is the ultimate judge. His palace is now just broken dreams.
Arrogance defying science is ultimately crushed by gravity, erasing everything completely.
Who's next to fall?
Zhou Yang. Everyone has moved away. The power lines are being removed. So, why cling to this piece of concrete like a hermit? Come with me to town. There is still a spot in the relocation program.
The investigation is reaching the committee. The chief tries to trap me, but I know his game. I see the bedrock and urban expansion. My foundation is deeper than his lies. Fugui's power was rotting. The committee found his illegal swaps. The collapse was inevitable.
Zhang Fugui, based on evidence from the Town Planning Committee and the audit report, during your tenure, you approved land swaps illegally and are suspected of cutting corners on projects. You are now under arrest.
Reckoning came with handcuffs. The chief met the manifestation of his greed. The law catches up to everyone. Seeing him led away in the mud was satisfying. It was the collapse of a fraudulent system. The dust has settled. Nature and numbers don't negotiate with liars. I stood my ground for the truth.
In this contest that transcends time, politics, and human relationships, Wang Dalong lost to his ignorance, the village chief lost to his arrogance, and as the sole winner, I simply followed the most basic laws of physics. In this universe of gravity and structural mechanics, only things built on a solid foundation are worthy of a future.